Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. First, I want to say a happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there, even the dog moms, because I'm a dog mom myself. So I have little Riley here. I have two Maltese. This is my youngest. Then I have my oldest right here. This is Callie. So I have Riley and Callie. But yes, if you are a mother, happy Mother's Day, and I hope this day is everything and more for you guys. But anyway, in today's video, I kind of wanted to throw it back and use some products that I have not used in a long time. Like, all of these products are drugstore products, and you guys have not seen me use these products in about, I want to say, a year, probably over a year. So we're going to be putting these to the test, seeing if they're still any good, and just seeing what we come up with as far as the look. So I'm going to start out with a primer by e.l.f. Cosmetics. One thing about this is they don't even have what this is. Like, it doesn't say what the actual product is. It just says e.l.f. right here, and then on the little sticker it says clear. But this is a primer. It is pretty moisturizing, so we're gonna start out with, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. It's just a white primer, but it does blend into the skin pretty clear. But the product itself is really smoothing, so it does smooth out your skin. It's really lightweight and it is moisturizing. I just hate that they don't have what it is like on the actual packaging, so I can tell you guys what it actually is. So I'll have to look it up to get the actual name of the product, but this is, it's a primer, but I don't know what it's actually called. All right, so when it comes to my brows, you guys know I always use my CoverGirl brow pencil, my Benefit brow pencil. I'm starting to use the Anastasia brow pencil again, but I've really neglected the Colourpop brow pencil. This one is in the shade Black and Brown, I believe. Yeah, Black and Brown, and this is their brow definer pencil. So we're gonna use that today since I have not used this in forever. So I'm just gonna brush out my brow hairs like this. That primer kind of has a weird smell to it, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty old. So after this video, I'm gonna throw it away. I'm gonna have to put this in my everyday makeup stash for next month, since I've already have products in my makeup stash for this month. So I'm gonna toss this one in my stash for May. We're in May now. For June. So I went ahead and finished up the brows, but you guys know I always go back into the brows and just kind of even them out once everything else is on the face. But I realized I didn't even put on a moisturizer, and I always put on moisturizer before I put on primer. But do you guys remember when I used to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer Water like all the time? I would spray this on my face before I go in with the foundation. I would use this, and I also used to use the MAC Fix Plus. So I would spray that on my face first before I go in with my foundation. So since I forgot to put on a moisturizer, I'll go ahead and spray my face with this. Okay, Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. I don't even remember the last time I used this. Ever since the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation came out, I haven't even touched this because honestly, I like the Super Stay better than this one. But since I haven't used this in a very long time, let's just see how I like it, because I kind of forgot how it looks on the skin. So let's just see. And by the way, I am in the shade 355. I always keep my foundation shades in my description so you guys can see several different foundations that I use, and you can see the shades if you are wanting to know what shade I use in foundations. But yeah, this was my jam back in the day before Super Stay came out. And okay, I forgot how good it blended out. It looks so good. Even just this one layer, it looks good. Since I use the Super Stay so much, I can really compare it to this one, and just by blending this out, I feel like Super Stay, it has more of a tacky feeling once you start blending it out on your skin, and this one, it's not really tacky as the Super Stay, and I feel like the Super Stay is definitely more coverage than this one. But I don't even think I'm gonna go in with another layer because I like how this is looking. Like, lately I've been going in with just one layer of foundation, and I feel like less is more, you know? So the Makeup Revolution concealers, these were all the talk. Like everybody was raving about these. Everybody was saying these were like the dupe to Tarte Shape Tape. I think I did a review on these, but I have used these, I think 2 or 3 times, probably not even that many times, because I didn't really care for these as much as a lot of people did. But I have 2 shades. One is C12 and then the other one is C13. And if I remember correctly, I think I mixed both of these together because C12 was too light and C13 was too dark. So I think I used to mix these together. So that's what we'll do. I'll go ahead and apply C12 first. Yeah, this one was a little too light. So I'll just put a couple of dots of C12 under the eyes and then C13 just to kind of mix it in a little bit. And I can't even remember why I didn't like these as much. Maybe once I start blending this out, I'll remember, but I don't know, I just didn't use this much. I mean, it looks good. Blended out good. Like it blended out real good. Why didn't I like this concealer? I can't even remember. That just tells you how long it's been since I've used this concealer. And like, I can't even remember the reason why I didn't really care for it and why I just didn't use it as much. But it is looking freaking good. I think one of the main reasons I didn't like it is because I had to mix the shades, and I hate having to mix product. Like, I just want one product. I don't want to have to buy 2 products. But it looks good. We'll see once I start applying the other products on my face, but I think it looks pretty good once I blended it out. It's not looking patchy. It looks even, airbrushed. It looks good. I'm glad I went in with that spray because the products that I'm applying are like matte. Like the foundation is matte, the concealer is matte. So I'm really glad that I went in with that that spray before applying the products. But so far the face, like this looks nice. This looks good. Okay. Okay, let's apply some powder and see how it's gonna look with the powder. And the one that I'm using today is the Black Radiance one. And I did a review on this one. Like I did a whole review on this powder. It was about 1-2 years ago. Maybe not that long, about 1.5 years ago. And after the review, I used it maybe 3 or 4 times. But I didn't use it as much as I used some of my favorite setting powders. But let's just give it a try again because I don't remember how this powder sets on the skin. So let's just give it a whirl. Yeah, I feel like I don't have to use too much of the powder because my face is already pretty matte right now. And that concealer is already creasing right there. Okay, that's probably why I didn't like it as much, because it creased. And I do have creases under my eyes anyway, but there are some concealers that I'll apply and I don't really see the creases. But there are also some concealers like this one and also a few more like the Fenty Beauty concealer. Like once I apply it, I can immediately see the creases under my eyes. But some concealers will accentuate my creases, some concealers won't. And this one, I can see that it's starting to do that. All right, now that we have a little bit of that setting powder on the face, I'm gonna go in with another powder just to set. I really don't have to set my face because it's pretty matte right now, but I still want to kind of even it out a little bit more. So I'm gonna take, girl, I have not used this in so long. This is the CoverGirl Clean Matte Press Powder. This is in the shade Tawny, so the number 565. And this is, it's like a matte. I'm using so many matte products. I just realized it. This is why I like to use pressed foundation powders after I get done setting my concealer, because it just evens out the face. So you see how it's really like white looking right here? That's why I go in with my pressed powder. So once I get most of the product off on the perimeter of my face, I'll go back in like this and just go over the parts where I applied the setting powder, just to even everything out. See how it just doesn't look as bright right there? So I just go over all of that. Now that my face is pretty much done, I'm gonna go back into the brows, because this is where I always like to make them a little bit more even right there. Where did my brow pencil? There it goes. This is where I just like to make the inner corners a little bit more even, just to kind of make them look faded. So I'll take the little spoolie on the brow pencil and just blend them out like this to fade out the inner part of the brows. All right, so this next product is for my OGs. So if you guys have been rocking with me since pretty much day one, you are not a stranger to this product. So this is the Rimmel London Contour Sculpting Palette. You have a contour shade, blush, and a highlighter, and I would use this so much. I would talk about it so much. The shade in the middle, I would use it as my bronzer slash contour shade. And this is back when I first started out with bronzing and contouring. Like, I didn't know anything about it, but this is the one, well, one of the products that I first purchased. The very first product that I purchased to use as a contour or like a bronzer on me was the matte blush in the shade Swiss Chocolate. But this was my second purchase as far as like a bronzer. So this one, I've actually gone through 2 of these already. This is the 3rd one. This one's pretty new, but I haven't used it in forever. But this is what it looks like on the inside. I would usually just use the blush and the contour shade, not the highlighter. The blush is very, very, very similar to the NARS Orgasm blush, but the bronzer shade in here is really, really pretty. It's not too warm. So if you're looking for a bronzer that's not as warm, this is it. And if you just want to use this as your contour, you can do that. But I just like how this looks on me as like a bronzer, because it's not too gray. See how it kind of just warms up my face? Like, it's not like a red bronzer. It doesn't have that red undertone, but it's nice enough to use as a contour and a bronzer. So it's just not as gray as most contours are. But I just like to use this like that. And I'm gonna go back into this and use this double-sided brush by Flower Beauty and just go down the sides of my nose. Do y'all remember the NYX high definition blushes? Like, let me know if you own these. Let me know what your favorite shade was. This one was the one that I had the hardest time finding. This is in the shade Bronzed. And I think I was watching the Glam Twins. This was like back in the day, and they would use this color. Like, they would talk about this color. They would rave about it. I forgot if it was Kelsey or Kendra, but I had the hardest time trying to find this shade, and when I found it, it was the last one on the shelf. I saw this one in Target, but this is kind of like a bronzy terracotta color. It's really, really pretty, and I like how these blushes are super, super, super pigmented. I was actually juggling between keeping this and throwing it out when I was doing my blush declutter video, but this was one of my favorites, and I'm glad I didn't throw it out. It's so pretty in the sunlight. Like, if you go out in the sun, your face is like, oh, it's not like too glowy, but it's just pretty. Okay, so I want to go ahead and jump into the eyeshadow before I go in with the highlighter and then the lips. And the eyeshadow palette that I pulled out was this one by e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is the J Glow palette. Do you guys remember when Jackie Aina collabed with e.l.f. Cosmetics? And it was this gorgeous teal brown palette. Like, look how pretty this is. I'm glad I still have it to this day. I actually was in San Francisco with e.l.f. Cosmetics when they announced her collab, and she was actually there, and that was my first time ever meeting Jackie Aina. Like, I remember it like it was yesterday. That was one of the best experiences I've had, and this was 3 years ago, I believe, the first time I've ever went on a trip with the brand, and it was like one of the best things ever. I'm actually gonna try to find that video and have it linked down below so you guys can see, because I think it was like a huge e.l.f. Cosmetics haul, and then I kind of went into my experience with that trip. So I'll try to find that video and have it linked down below so that way you guys can see it if you guys have not been rocking with me since that long. But yeah, I want to use this, and I want to go into this shade right here. I always tell you guys that I'm going to recreate the look that I had on in my Sephora haul. I actually told you that I was going to do that in the video where I did the Uma Beauty review, and it ended up being a whole different look. But I'm going to be taking my Morphe M504 brush to pretty much apply this all over my lid. I'm just going to pack it on like this. This is how I do my all matte one shadow look. So if you guys ever see me in a video where I have one shade on the eyes, this is how I create it. So I just pack on the color all over the lid. Just pack like this. Oh yeah, this is like the same color that I had on in my Sephora haul, and the color that I had on was from the Sigma Beauty Beauty Bird eyeshadow palette, which was the Dream palette. But this blue is very, very similar to that one, so I'm just gonna do it just like I did it in that video. So I like to just tap it all over the lid first before I start blending it up. So I'll go in on both sides first and just pack on that color. Now you can use any brush that you want to use this with. This is just the one that I always like to use. I always use this brush for blending out my crease, packing on color. It's one of my favorite ones. All right, so now that that shade is pretty much packed on my lid, I'll take my brush and swirl it around in my little color switcher. This is from Target. It's by Sonia Kashuk, but you can also get this from Sephora. They sell it there, but it's called the color switcher, I think. But now that most of the product is off of the brush, I'll take the brush and kind of blend it into the crease. So that way, too much of that product won't go in the crease, because we want this to look really soft right in the crease and just kind of bring it up towards your brow bone like this. So that's pretty much all that I do for the top of the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my lashes, put on some mascara, a little bit of eyeliner on my waterline, and I'll be right back. All right guys, so I went ahead and popped on the lashes. I'm using my Ardell Remy lashes, which is in the style 778. I don't have any other lashes in my collection that I could have used that I used to use in the past, because I don't have any more. But these are just the ones that we're using today. And as far as the eyeliner, I didn't really go into an eyeliner that I used in the past because I don't have them anymore. But the one that I used was this one by Joa Beauty. This is in the shade Black. So I just put this on my waterline. And as far as the mascara, I pulled out the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. And believe it or not, this was my first time using this. I was actually going to do a video of drugstore products I've never tried out, and this was one of the products. But I didn't really come across a lot of drugstore products in the drugstore that I haven't really tried out, so I still kept this one, and I thought this would be like an appropriate time to use it, and this is definitely a throwback mascara. But as far as my thoughts on this, so far I think I like this better to use for my bottom lashes, not so much for my top lashes, because how the wand is shaped is kind of going like in a spiral, and I don't really care for that. But it was good for my bottom lashes, just not so much for my top ones. So I kind of gave up with the top lashes and just went ahead and applied my falsies. But I mean, it's okay. I think this was like everybody's favorite back in the day, but I don't really see the hype in it. Like, it doesn't really give me any length. It didn't really give me any volume, but it was just enough to apply for my bottom lashes. But I don't know. And as always, you guys know I want to go in with the inner corner just to kind of give it a little bit of highlight. I was juggling between two different highlighters for today's video, so I just went ahead and pulled out both of them. So this one is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in the shade Rose Gold, which I haven't pulled out in forever. So I don't know if I want to use this today or if I want to use my L'Oreal Crushed Foil Highlighter. Now this one I know I haven't used on my channel in a long time. Like, I think I got this one around this time last year, I want to say, but I haven't really used it much. So I don't know. Do I want to use this one or this one? I know I want to use this in my inner corner. So I'm just going to put this as my inner corner highlight. Now the thing about the Physician Formula highlighters is they have that same texture as Colourpop. Like it has that wet feeling, but it's not wet. It's just a really nice buttery smooth highlighter, and you don't have to wet your brush. If you've used the highlighters by Colourpop, then you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know that texture. These are just like it, and it actually is the same type of packaging too. So since I use the Physicians Formula highlighter on the inner corner, I'll go ahead and use the L'Oreal highlighter as my highlight today. What I'm gonna do now is actually spray my face, since everything is already done pretty much, and that way it can kind of make my highlighter stick a little bit more on my face. So I'm gonna spray it a little bit with the Wet n Wild spray that we used earlier. I have a few lip products that I have not reached for in forever, and one of them is like a super duper duper throwback. I don't think I'm gonna use it, but I really wanted to share this because I want to know if you guys own this or if you've used it. What are your thoughts? But this was the L'Oreal, what do you call these? These were lip glosses by L'Oreal, and they were very similar to the YSL glosses, and the actual, like, everything about them was very similar to the YSL ones, but I forgot what you call these. It doesn't even have what it's called, dang. But this is in the shade Caramel Solo, and I had another one. It's kind of like a purple, but I lost that shade. But this is Caramel Solo. These were some of the best glosses, you guys. Like, the color, the pigment, like, they were bomb. I just don't want to use this color with this eye look, but I really wanted to share that with you guys. But let me know if you owned any of these. I don't even think they sell these anymore. If you do want to get them, I think you'll have to get them like on Amazon. But hands down, some of the best glosses from the drugstore. And then I have a lipstick by L'Oreal. This one is in the shade Ginger Spice, which I have not touched in forever. This is one of the ones that I decided to keep when I was doing my lipstick declutter video. But that is Ginger Spice right there. And I'm leaning more towards this mixed into the shade that I'm about to show you in a minute. So that other one is actually a lip gloss, and this one is Milani. This is their More Shine gloss in the shade Tenderness. I think I did like a full review on this. I did like a swatch video with this one and then a different color, I believe. But this is another one of my favorite drugstore glosses. Very pigmented. These are like super duper pigmented, you guys. But this is the shade I think I'm gonna go for today. There's Tenderness right there. I think I'm gonna use this shade. I actually wanted to use more of a beigey nude with this eye look, but I don't know. I think let's just use this color today. But I really wanted more of a beige nude instead. But this color, okay, yeah, this is pretty. This is pretty. I'm not even gonna put on a lip liner. I just wanna use this one color on the lips. I always try to do a color that's lighter on the lips, like nothing too bold when I'm doing a really bold eye look, but this color looks good with this shade. Yes. All right, guys, so this is it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like this concept. Let me know if you want me to do another video like this, because I still have a lot of products in my collection that I haven't really touched in a while that I would love to share with you guys. So let me know if this is something that you guys would like to see. If you want to see like a high-end version, let me know. But I do want to say I do like this look. I like how it came out. I like the complexion products that I used. Only thing in today's video that I am going to be throwing out is the not the concealer, but the primer, because I feel like it has a really strong scent, and it did not smell like this when I purchased this. So this is pretty old. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this to the side, well, throw it away, because I'm not gonna use it anymore. But other than that, I do like how this look came out. Let me know if you guys own any of these products that I used. Let me know how you like the products. And also, again, let me know if you want me to do another video like this using like high-end products or more drugstore products. Also, I am doing a giveaway on my channel for this whole entire year. So every single month, I'm giving away one box to one person. I'll go ahead and leave a clip of this month's box so that way you guys can see all of the goodies that I have to share. It's super easy to enter the giveaway. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you thumbs up the video, as well as leave a comment down below in the comment section. And I don't want the comments to be anything about the giveaway. Let's just talk about the products that I shared in today's video, or even some of your favorites. Like, what are your favorite throwback products that you haven't used in a while, that you don't really see many people talk about on YouTube, whether that's drugstore or high-end? Let me know. So let's go ahead and chit chat down below in the comments, and I think that is all that I have for today. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you thumbs it up. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.